Okay, now we're a little past the middle of the lake, and we're actually approaching one part of the lake that you're going to want to pay attention to when operating the boat is the sandbar.
You see trees?
Yep, the trees, I'll try to zoom in a little bit. They kind of come off this little peninsula, and a lot of them are fallen over, but essentially like that light brown streak that you see is the sandbar that goes all the way nearly to the other side of the lake, and it can get quite shallow, somewhere around a foot, 2 feet. The further to the north side you go, the shallower it gets, and as you get towards the end, kind of towards a yellow raft with an American flag, it gets a little bit deeper. So if you want to get to the small side of the lake, as we call it, you have to kind of hook around this sandbar. Again, as we get closer, you can see the light brown where it is, where again it gets quite shallow. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to hook around, and we can kind of show you the depth and how it.
And you never want to go just straight through.
Yep.
Because that wouldn't be safe for the motor.
Yep. And this is where you might need to operate the trim function that's on the side of the throttle.
And down.
Yep. And if you're at a point where you're in a very shallow area, you need to possibly trim the motor up or nearly all the way up. So we're going to cut across here.
So you kind of want to go
Yep.
first head on with that raft.
You can still see how it's light brown here, and it gets
pretty shallow.
fairly shallow. I know it goes down to possibly this area. We might be a little bit safer, where you can see now it's down to it's up to 6 now, but we're at a point where it was about 4 feet, give or take. And again, the further north you go, it can get down to about a foot, where you will ground the engine if you're not paying attention to it, or possibly even hit one of the down trees that is kind of in this area. So you can't go with a high rate of speed through this area. It's always good to slow down, be respectful of the neighbors that are on the south side of the lake, and make sure that you're going through this little area near the raft at a slow speed. And then once you get over to this side, during wake hours, which wake hours is 10 to 5 every day, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., during that window you can go fast, being respectful of the area, but once before 10 a.m. or after 5, you have to basically keep it to this speed where there's no wake that's being created. So that usually ends up being where you have the throttle about there, and the RPMs are going to hover probably right around that 1. I mean, if it's at about 1.2 area, that's about the max speed for non-wake, for when it's no wake.
Also, knowing it, if you kick it from neutral, you can kind of feel when it starts to give, when you kind of need to press hard. That's when you need to stop.
Yep.
So if you're at neutral and you push forward, once you feel kind of resistance, that's when you need to stop.
Yep. So again, we're just cruising, and we're now on the small side of the lake. You can see the sandbar is to the east of us at this point. Our cottage is kind of straight across right there. You can kind of see it way in the distance, but it's pretty visible right there. And again, now we're on the small side of the lake cruising around. And this is, again, the one feature of the lake that you're really going to want to pay attention to is the sandbar area. It is all soft sand, so that it shouldn't damage the motor, but you're going to want to be aware you do not want to ground the motor out, and if you can avoid it.